Hello, this video is for my more technical followers. This is a Sun distributor machine, and this is the photo strobe unit. The neon's right here. And right here I have a photo detector. It's a high-speed one. This is something I made for doing my studies with flashing LEDs. And this is basically an OP101 photo detector. It's in this little case. I can adjust the gain with it, and it outputs up to 7.5 volts the way I got it on the power supply. And I'm feeding it into my scope, and what this shows me is that I'm at 32 microseconds for this whole strobe period. And what was a little bit of a shock to me is that it rings. Of course, we got that inductor there, but I thought it would be more or less a one shot. And so there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 rings to it, and it covers a 32 microsecond period. And I'm pulsing this at 10 hertz. And what I've done is I've actually, one of the things I was wondering about is when these tubes get old, can you just raise up the voltage? Now, given the capacitors are in these things, it's not something you really want to do without recapacitoring the whole thing, because these old paper capacitors were basically at their limit and adding more voltage, which this one has the diodes instead of the tube, and so that raises it up another probably 50 volts. So I have a diode here, so I can just jump her in a power supply or take it out. And so I'm going to pull off this little alligator clip. And so this is with a 31 volt boost, and I remove it, and it doesn't look any different, which tells me that basically raising the supply is not going to increase the intensity. With a weak tube, it might allow it to fire instead of not fire, but no, it doesn't change anything. And that was kind of a surprise to me. And in the machine, this didn't seem that bright, but after cleaning it up, putting it in the sink and scrubbing it with a toothbrush and getting the tube all clean, and of course the lens was also kind of dirty, this might have almost been acceptable. It's still a weak tube, but it might have been bright enough to see in a dimmer room. But of course, the LED flashing strobe units are much brighter. So that's why I wanted to show that voltage doesn't make a lot of difference, and that the pulse rate is pretty much what I imagine. This is about the same as our LED unit. I thought this might be a little slower, but yeah. But the ringing is definitely different.